Hello? Yeah. Alcohol. That's what you said. Okay.
Is that Brittany? Damn.
Nothing. Yeah. Just chilling. Okay. Alright. Love you too.
Damn, dude.
So,
Someone's got balls of steel transporting this much server equipment in a fucking convertible. It's like 20 G's right there, dude.
Oh my god. So weird. Story goes on forever. Holy shit.
hmm?
Mom, stepdad, daughter, granddaughter. All of them are living together, including their daughter's husband. Just starts getting a little uncomfortable. She's 28, has a 4-year-old daughter. She moves an hour away. 57-year-old grandma goes berserk. tries to publish her daughter's nudes in the newspaper for blackmail. And then,
The mom?
yeah, and then calls the cops and tells the cops that a check from her daughter bounced. So while the cops are at the daughter's house arresting her for a bounced check, she goes over to her daughter's house and kidnaps her granddaughter.
It sounds like some shit my mom would do, dude.
That's so excessive.
My mom threatened to call the fucking sheriff on me twice this year.
Why?
One, because she claimed I stole her car. She let me drive her fucking car, and then she's like, I want it back. And I was like, it's the middle of winter, my car doesn't run.
Yeah.
You don't get the car back. Like,
Yeah.
you said I could drive it. So she fucking threatened to call the cops, so I gave
For
it
a
back.
stolen vehicle?
Yeah. And then she started getting crazy a few years ago during a divorce, and I confiscated her pistol because she was waving it around, pointing it at people. And so I took it, and we had a falling out at the beginning of the year. She's like, if you don't give me the gun back, I'm going to call the fucking sheriff and report the gun stolen. Sheriffs don't like stolen guns.
Nobody does. Well, I mean, except for the cartel.
Yeah. I thought about selling it, honestly. Like, I know a few people that would have bought it. But then I'd have to, like, de-weed my house. Because you know they'd be knocking.
Well, you know the laws of the internet, so I'm not gonna tell you much.
That's siege.
What is that?
Palo Santo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Just incense. Burning wood. That's all I'm doing. The wood smells good.
It do smell good. I got a bunch of incense at home. Mostly Dragon's Breath and Nag Champa.
Yeah. That one's strong. That one's potent.
Yeah.
I like Palo Santo because it's like really strong when you first smell it.
And then it just like
Dissipates.
fades out real quick.
And it actually collects any particles in the air that is like not supposed to be hanging there. So I think that like also clears the air a little bit.
We saged my house a while back because there was a ghost fucking with us. Like, I normally don't believe in ghosts. Is that a fucking... Is it just a fluff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Was it on me?
So, I was sitting at my desk, right? Just chilling. Not moving at all.
Stop.
No,
Hold
tell
on.
me.
No,
tell
hold
me.
on.
Nope. Stop, he says.
Okay. Yo, check it out. You have an ad read. So good luck.
I have an ad read?
Yep, so you gotta figure out, you gotta find something to do an ad and then an ad read. Before the show is done.
Okay.
Alright. Hey guys, we're back with Morgano. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
How was work?
It was annoying.
Yeah, I feel that. Hey guys, so today we got a very special sponsor. We are sponsored by Pop Rocks, actually. And what else are we sponsored by?
Fucking...
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, sure.
Bic lighters.
Bic lighters.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Hey, fun fact for you. I think this would be the first computer was invented in 1940 for missile defense.
At the University of Northern Iowa?
Pennsylvania.
I thought the first computer was born in Ames.
No?
Are you sure?
That's what I read.
Can we fact check that?
Yeah, let's
Doing
do
that now.
it. Yo, also, did you know that racism is actually a trait through Darwinism? And sexism is learned, not taught.
Hey, so a really, really famous tweet went out the other day, and I just, it resonates with me. Racism is bad, all right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the tweet?
Yep, racism is
God.
bad.
How
Yeah.
many,
I just thought it deserved a little more attention.
How many likes did it get?
Too many.
Look at this guy. He thinks racism is bad. Let's give him everything.
Yeah, give me a gold medal, guys.
Hey, it's also rant day, so if you got anything to bitch about, I got plenty to bitch about. But first, you have a story about a ghost we wanted to hear.
Yeah, so I was sitting at my computer desk
At home.
and I was just chilling, and my pipe was sitting on my desk. I wasn't even touching the pipe. I wasn't touching anything near the pipe. I was barely even touching the desk. And then I was dicking around on my phone, and all of a sudden, the pipe just, it makes a really loud noise, and it just goes flying. So I managed to catch it and gently set it back on the desk, and I turned around, and there was nobody there. So I was just like, fuck you, ghosts. And my roommate, who's a witch, I told her about it, and she's like, all right, well, I knew there was a ghost here, but I didn't know he was being an asshole, but since he's being an asshole, let's get rid of him. So we saged the house, and it took like, 20, 30 minutes to sage the house, but each person was holding sage, and we were all smoking blunts behind the sage, so that whatever spirit managed to make it in after the saging could get high as fuck, and he would know we were chill.
I don't think that's how that works.
Listen, Jack, you don't know shit about ghosts, okay?
Okay, but if I was a ghost and just getting high, I'd be like, cool, I'm high. Now I'm gonna fuck with these high people.
Well, look, a little bit of funny fuckery is fine. But you start getting into pipe breaking territory, and you got to go. We can't have that. It's just not cool. That pipe was way too expensive and way too pretty to just get lost to a ghost like that. It's unacceptable.
And no ghost sense.
Nope, nonsense.
Okay, you gotta do that to my house.
I went on a private investigation for ghosts in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah?
And he asked me not to bring home any demons. He claims I did.
Yeah.
It was scary though, because like the first week I got back, 2 times, I swear, someone was right here and said, sit the fuck down. And I turned around and no one was down here besides me. And I went right upstairs, and Jack took one look at me and he goes, what is it? He knew right away. He was like, she saw something.
Yeah, that's not cool, dude. I'm a big fan of ghosts. Like, if they want to chill and be friendly, they're more than welcome.
I like hanging out with them in cemeteries. Yeah, but if they want to fuck with you, no.
See, I don't do cemeteries ever since the Black Angel in Iowa City. Nope, never again.
The what?
The Black Angel?
What's that?
So, apparently, way back in the day, some bitch died, and her husband bought her, like, this giant angel statue, and it was, like, white, and it was standing up, like, tall with broad shoulders, and it had its arms reaching up to the heavens. But this bitch was so evil that the statue, like, legitimately turned black and bent over, and the arms folded in. And whoever touches it comes across misfortune really quickly after that. So some people tried to dare me to touch that statue, and I said, hell fucking no. I don't fuck with demons. I usually don't fuck with ghosts. I'm a coward. So, anything involving the supernatural, I just nope the fuck out of there. Like, any haunted house movie, horror movie, whatever. I never understood any of those because I was like, why the fuck don't you just leave?
Yeah.
Like, the mirrors start melting, or like, shit starts coming out of walls, anything like that, I'm gone. Just fucking leave. Leave your shit, sell the house, and go.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, don't even just fuck it. 'Cause, in the end, what are you gonna do? Fight this ghost that's invisible?
Right. I mean, this isn't supernatural, okay? Yeah. You're not gonna fucking melt down some iron into bullets and then put that shit in your gun and have it actually work. You can't kill a ghost. There's no point in trying to stick around. Sell the house, don't tell them about the ghost activity, and just get the fuck out of there.
Buyers beware.
Or just hire me. That's what I do.
So that's why I live with a witch now. But before that, it's just truly terrified. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip you.
She's learning. It's one hit. It's in the middle.
I'm not learning. I used to do that too.
Oh.
I just didn't know you were doing it the other night. I didn't watch you.
We have a... Up where? Well, you were in jiu-jitsu, so we kind of want to talk about that. But first, we don't really know too much about you. And, like, from your dad, your mom, and how crazy shit is. And
Well, can we please talk about how you two met first?
that's what we're going with.
Oh.
But I want to know, like, how he actually got to
where we met.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Coralville, and my family moved out to West Branch, Iowa, shortly after that. And let me just preface this with to let you guys know that West Branch is not a place you should go unless you are fucking white, and I mean very fucking white. And they don't
conservative white.
They don't even like white people unless they've been there for like 20 plus years, you know. So it's one of those small hick towns in Iowa that just it's really not worth your time. Although Herbert Hoover was born there, our old president.
I've been to his house.
Yeah, it's kind of a shithole.
It is.
But you know, for back in the day, I bet it was actually considered a nice place.
Yeah.
But we quickly discovered the school system in West Branch sucked. Apparently, and this is just what I've heard from my friends that I had while I was living out there. If you wanted extra credit in Spanish class, in high school, all you had to do was say hola to the teacher as you walked in. That was the only Spanish anybody out there knew. So I was like, this education system clearly fucking sucks. So I went to Iowa City and went to City High for high school. It was a really good time. Got a decent education there. Started going to college, but that got expensive really, really fast. So I took my love of computers and taught myself how to do that stuff after college, and then started working. And I met my wife somewhere in the interim there, and yeah, then I met Jack at my like second real job.
That was a good job.
What job was it?
Transamerica.
It was website support, so old people would call in and be like, I forgot my password, and you'd be like, don't worry, I got you.
Just
Here's
sitting
your new
here
password.
Playing on your phone.
Yeah.
You couldn't give them the password. You couldn't. I specifically remember not being able to.
Dude, I did it all the time. I was like, fuck it. There's no point. Why can we generate one but not give it to them?
Yeah. Like,
I'm not logging into your account for you. That's your money. Fuck off.
you got to, like, at GoDaddy, they did the same thing. They were like, you can't see their password, you can't do this and that, you gotta send it to them. One quick thing, when you do that, will you use your thumb or your pinky to slide it down?
Oh, yeah, because of the mic?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's probably picking up.
The vacuum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, you want me to go yell at Brittany?
No, you're good. She'll figure it out. But I'd always just tell people, I can't actually do this, but I'm gonna do it for you anyway, just so you don't have to waste your time and sit here and do it. And I would just reset their password, send them the password reset link. All they have to do is log in and reset their password. So it's like it literally saves you 10 minutes, and I can start making sales faster. But that was a good job, because you just sit there on your phone talking to people.
Yeah, and I remember at one point, I brought in my laptop that I had when I was working at that DOD place, and I sat there and I played Destiny.
All day.
Destiny 2, the whole day, every day, and my boss would walk by, and he would look at me, and I would nod at him, and he would just keep walking. And one day, the dude above my boss was standing over my shoulder watching me play and talking on the phone at the same time. And my boss walked over, Sean, you remember Sean? He came over, he's like, Morgan, you should probably stop playing video games. The boss is right behind you. And the boss was like, no need. He's multitasking perfectly. Just let him go.
Yep. There you go. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, speaking about that, it's been, 5/17? So maybe it's been 20 hours. Maybe. 24 max. And Halo Reach is already the most played game on Steam.
Yeah, no shit.
That's fucking crazy.
No shit, dude. It's the best game.
In like 17 hours, or at like noon today, it was the top third.
That's because everybody and their damn brother grew up playing that game. So everyone and their damn brother is putting it on their new high-end PC.
Yep.
Hopefully that they're buying from me, but probably not.
4K is gonna look so good on that game.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait. We gotta get. Hopefully, we can play everybody.
Yeah, that would be super duper cool. I mean, at the very least, we could set up like a multiplayer online.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. We'll do PvP. That'll be good.
Yeah.
We can all go in there.
We can- I think it's on you. We can go in there, we can kill the fuck out of each other and trash talk each other all day long.
David literally said PvP on Halo. I'll actually do that. It's like, yeah, dude. Let's go. Me and Sam don't have to carry everybody. And
Yeah,
Banner came back, and I was like, I want to jump snipe. So I started that back up, and then I stopped because I was like, yeah, well, I just want to kill stuff now. So that sucks. When did you start doing? Do you do what, jujitsu?
So, I did Taekwondo
Yeah.
primarily. I started that when I was in 3rd grade, I think.
What belt do you have?
I'm a 2nd degree black belt.
Hmm.
I probably could have had my 3rd if I had been going to practice over the last few years, but
Here we are.
I needed some time to do college, and then, life caught up with me, and I'm actually thinking about joining a jiu-jitsu school now. It's just getting the money to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. But I've been doing Taekwondo for a long time. I competed in nationals and junior Olympics, and I took 2nd place in both. So I was the 2nd best fighter in my weight division for the country.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about it too.
So, do that for wrestling. The first year I wrestled, the 3rd day in, we went and we were doing sparring for takedowns, and me and my buddy, and he also wrestled. We started wrestling together in middle school, but I've been wrestling since roughly about sometime in elementary. But so we knew what we were doing. So we were just kind of playing around. And I was like, let's go, bitch. Fucking take me down. He's like, oh, man, fuck you, So I'm like, come on, dude. Let's go. Stop being a bitch. He's like, fine. I'll show you what a bitch won't do. And he threw me on the ground. And I caught my hand like this. Shattered my wrist. Shattered all my hand. Broke my knuckle. That was the 3rd day in. And I wrestled on that for 2 weeks for tryout. And then I got the varsity spot. And I said, hey, my hand's broken, so I can't. So, yeah, I was actually pulled because my trainer, she said, you can't wrestle on that. You need to go get that looked at. Fuck.
Fair enough. I mean, she wasn't wrong. You can't wrestle with a broken hand.
No. So, the next year, my coach put me on JV and said, we want to make sure you're not going to break this year. And then near the end, he said, hey, this guy doesn't want to wrestle, so you're going to wrestle for us. And I was like, all right. Turns out it was the 3rd guy in state, and I beat him by 1 point. It was 3-2.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Still didn't get varsity spot. My coach hated me.
My brother played football on a fractured leg. My sister played basketball on torn ligaments.
Yep, fuck that.
Yeah.
She has patellofemoral syndrome, so like a higher pain tolerance and mobile flexibility. So her hip sockets were just tearing apart. They thought it was like injury, so they sent her to physical therapy. Well, stretching makes it worse. So they just made her problem worse. So she's had double hip surgery at age 16.
Damn.
You want to play sports? Sorry.
For her entire sophomore year of high school, she was on crutches.
Wow. That fucking
On her 16th
blows.
birthday, they did surgery.
Hey,
Hopefully it was
new
successful.
hips for your birthday.
Yeah.
Silver linings and whatnot.
Couldn't walk. She couldn't go to the bathroom. She was putting on her makeup, like sitting on a chair in her bathroom by her sink. Like, it was so hard to like watch her and not want to just do everything for her.
That's brutal.
Oh, it was so brutal.
The Crown? Oh man, I haven't watched The Crown in ages. I've seen the first season. That's about it. So, did you do anything else besides Taekwondo?
So while I was learning Taekwondo, so I want to start off by saying I took Taekwondo at Strike Martial Arts in Iowa City, Iowa. Strike Martial Arts has the best trainer, like anybody could ever ask for. The dude, his name is Master Hamza Omar, and I'm good. He's an incredible person, and he puts everything he's got into training these kids, and he doesn't do it just because he's a good coach. He does it because he likes giving people structure and teaching them, how to be an effective person. He lives the lifestyle of a martial artist, and he tries to pass that along to kids and young adults today.
So he's an actual good teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't buy your belt at this school. You earn it.
Yeah.
If he thinks you're ready to promote, he lets you promote. Well, he'll give you a test. I know a lot of schools don't do tests. I believe in them just because I did them, and I really think that you can only complete them if you're at a certain skill level. And
before we go so I recently learned, I don't know too much about any of that sports system, and before in the olden days it was pretty much that. So, and then it got to be, I can get people in the door, more customers, if I can just give you a belt within this amount of time, or if you pay extra money to do that, which is a shitty way to do it. But how much has that actually been going on?
A lot.
Okay.
That was, so the reason I say Strike was the best is because you couldn't buy your belt, right?
Yeah.
So you had to get good, literally, just to promote. And when we had team training, it wasn't just, here's your forms, this is how you do it. This is how you defend against 10 basic sets of attacks, just a quick combo to try to hurt them enough that you'll be able to run away. It wasn't just that. It was, everybody, let's put on our sparring gear, and we're gonna set each person up with each other person in class. Everyone's got strengths and weaknesses, and we're gonna try to round you out as best as possible. So if you sucked at defense but you were really good at offense, he would make sure you spent extra time with the person who specializes in defense, because he wants that dude who's really good at offense to also not get knocked out.
Yeah. I like your beard. How long is it?
Thank you. I haven't measured it, but I'm pretty proud of it. This is the longest it's ever been.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Gotcha. Mine always just stays here. I don't know. I want it to grow.
See, my wife won't approve of anything like probably another inch longer. She'll tell me to start trimming it, and I'm just gonna start shaping it into a Gandalf beard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Just keep growing it, cause I'm a wizard.
Yep.
Say keep it for 50 years.
He walked in the bathroom with a razor, and I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm just trimming it up," and I was like,
No.
"Okay."
I have to
terrified.
to mentally prepare
I don't
for
want
that.
it to go away. I love it.
Yeah. That sucks though. Why? Like, that's something I want to rant about. Is people want money to the point where they're like, I will just give you a belt, even if you can't or you don't deserve it or aren't at that level, just to make you happy enough to give me more money.
See, that doesn't bother me, because if you want to buy a black belt, but you want to go through the motions, fuck it. Go ahead. Do it. It's not going to make you any better as a person, and it's going to pay that instructor that's going to do it, so that hopefully he can actually make a good Taekwondo player.
Disagree with that. So, where that starts, in my mind, it's like in wrestling, it's just filling a spot. So we don't have a 120 pounder for varsity, but we have one for JV, and he isn't really that good to be that. I'm just gonna throw him in with the Wolves.
Well, see, that's how you get hurt.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean, like, in my mind, the way I see that with buying belts, like, yeah, you can spend a couple months there, but within a year, you might be a black belt, and in turn, it takes what, roughly 8 years.
It took me a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how long.
But longer than a year.
Much longer, yeah.
And it took a lot of skill, a lot of discipline.
Yeah. But see,
Can you learn that in a year though?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, so just giving somebody a black belt at a year, he's gonna have the confidence like, I'm a black belt. So he's gonna walk into a place and be like, fuck you, don't talk to me like that. And
here's my theory on the matter. When you look for a school to train at, you're looking for a place where you want to establish yourself as part of that community. So you should thoroughly vet the school. If you go there and you look at the people who are black belts and you see, you look at their form, a couple of cursory Google searches you'll be able to know how to spot a good roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
Right? So go look at their black belts. Go do a practice class and make sure you watch the black belts. If you see the black belts have terrible form and no one can get their leg up above their head, don't go to that school. If you go to that school, you know what you're getting. Right?
But do you though? I mean, like, yeah, obviously.
So
like,
tell me this. Tell me this. Do you think that everybody who buys a black belt like that thinks they're a prodigy?
I don't think they'd be a prodigy.
Do they think themselves that they are a prodigy?
Good enough to be a black belt.
But see, here's the thing. If they go to a competition wearing that black belt and they get in the ring with a real black belt who knows how to fight, after the first 3 kicks, they'll be on the floor.
Yeah.
Or, just gasping for air. A good black belt won't hurt a bad black belt.
Well, yeah.
So you're throwing somebody into the hands of somebody who's trained to know what, how to spot weakness. And if they see that your form coming in is just terrible, they're not going to hit you as hard as they could, because they know that they're really not in danger.
Yeah.
They got this.
Yeah.
At least that's how I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that, because the black belt would know pretty much right off the bat, like, this guy's not.
So if you go to a tournament like that, just one, and yeah, let's say you get your ass kicked. Let's say you get your nose broken. What did that teach you? It taught you don't know anything. You need to give your belt away back to the instructor who sold it to you, and go to the other instructor and say, listen, I thought I was a black belt. I don't know shit. Your guy knocked me out in 5 seconds.
Do you think people would actually do that, though?
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, have you met some of the people on
Well, those are the people that deserve to be knocked out.
Like, everyday people who are just like, I'm going to do something new, and, let's do jiu-jitsu or taekwondo.
Well, good for them. If it gets them active, it gets them off the couch. They're losing some weight because they're told to run and jump around a room and kick a paddle a few times. Great. That's actually benefiting them.
Oh, yeah.
It might not be what they're looking for, but what they're getting is better than what they were doing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still semi-beneficial. And let's face it, if you can't get your leg up above your hip and you're a bullshit artist, you're gonna know it. Like, that's not just... You look at yourself and you look at other black belts around you and you go, yeah, this is pretty great. If you get exposed to another school and they have an actual good black belt, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I don't know anything. I can't fight that dude.
Yeah. Man, people are fucking... See, like, I feel like an everyday person would go in and then go through the motions and get the belt and then be cocky with that. But they wouldn't do the research with the school. Like, they would look at the Google search, and be like, oh, 5-star, let's go, and then kind of look and be like, this looks really appealing for what in my vision of what it would be like. and then once they get their ass beat at a tournament or something, you know, like they have a black belt. Sure, they've learned a little bit of discipline. They learn that they're gonna get their ass beat, they're gonna get hit and all that, but they're not at that level to actually do that at. So then they're thrown in, and then no matter what, they just keep losing, and soon they don't even want to do it anymore because they're against actual black belts with experience versus them with only a year, two, whatever, you know, and then they just give up on the sport because it's like, why continue to do it if I'm gonna get my ass kicked?
Well, everyone's gonna get their ass kicked when they start a new martial art.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, but now you're at a black belt level, so you've hopefully won some, hopefully lost some, you know.
Right. Well, so you know, there's only so many tournaments one can feasibly do in a year.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So there might be.
Wait, what season? Is it all year round?
Usually, I mean, there's tournaments all the time. It's usually like every 12 weeks or so, a new tournament is going on.
Okay.
So, if you go and you do tournaments, you know, then you're gonna prove to yourself right away that A, you suck and you shouldn't have that black belt, and B, your instructor probably also sucks. Go find a new instructor.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing your part as a student, if you're showing up and you're taking the lessons and you're doing the exercises and you're losing the weight, working out, then you should be good, right? If your instructor is good at his job, then you're a diligent student, you should be good, right? If you go compete and you're not good, but you've been doing the work, signs point to the instructor. Go find a new one.
Or it could actually just be you. Once you get into like, there were some times when I got into that and it went, and I just kind of lost what was going on in my head. Like, I know in practice I can do it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but once I got there, I just couldn't do it.
So see, that's the thing.
Just that mental block of just saying, what? No.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to practice it over and over and over and over. Eventually, you'll be able to do what needs to be done, I guess.
Yeah. What other lessons did it teach you? Like, what hardcore fundamental lessons did you learn from?
I learned to be on time, probably first and foremost.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one. The way he did it was, if you showed up late, you did push-ups until you decided you did enough push-ups, and then he would let you rejoin the class after you stretched out and stuff. But at a certain point, if you showed up late, he would start just exercising you separately from the class. You wouldn't be doing martial arts. You'd be doing wall sits. You'd be doing push-ups.
See, wall sits weren't too bad.
Not terrible, no.
No.
But
Everyone bitched about them.
see, everyone bitches about them, so people hate them. You're
like-
gonna do them. Also, it makes your legs strong. They gotta be strong if you want to be good at Taekwondo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like if you go through any type of wrestling or physical contacted sport, your legs have to be strong.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really, actually almost anything. I mean, unless it's just,
No, I'd say any sport.
yeah.
I'd
You
say
need good
any sport.
stabilization.
Yeah.
So, everybody has to do wall sits. Let's go.
It's just good for you.
When's the last time you worked out? An actual workout? Where you
See,
sweat?
it's been a while. It's been a while since I've worked out, and I'm ashamed of it. And I got a weight bench from my brother, so I'm gonna start using my adjustable dumbbells and try to build up some strength again.
Those are
And then
nice. I wish I had some of those.
they're really nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would. Benching would be a hell of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot more benefit when you do it with 2 dumbbells instead of a bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. However, if I could get bands as well, and then see, like, my workout, it was great because for all of the sports we had we had Lombardi for a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Lombardi was just in control of any athlete, his workout regimen. Didn't matter if you were wrestling, if you were, this excludes bowling, because, bowling and golf, you didn't really need to work out or do
golf
anything.
is a cheating sport. You get a car.
So, but he allowed me, Logan, and a couple other people to have our own workout regimen. So one week I would do just the bar with the thing. The other week I would do just for bench, and then I'd do dumbbells. And then the next week I would put bands with dumbbells on at the ends, and then use that for stabilization to really focus those minimal muscles and get those ripped and going.
So I did strength training in high school, and when I was in Taekwondo, that was my main workout. Was Taekwondo. For team training, we would run, a couple miles. I never really knew how far it was, but it's a ways. And then we would go spar for like 2 hours.
Dude just broke a record. Oh man, it was
Is it the 100-mile guy? Yeah, didn't he run like 112 or something like that?
11:19.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And then ran
I'm surprised he still has knees.
the most miles at one time, I think. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I know he got 2 world records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In one,
That's
in
crazy.
one marathon. Yeah, fuck that. I couldn't.
What's his name?
Just go to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, just go to Joe Rogan.
It's just the recent one. Most recent one.
Yeah, I listen to him all the time at work.
Oh yeah, it's great. You get headphones?
Yeah, I have Bluetooth earbuds.
But they allow them on the floor?
Well, not really,
Ooh.
but I don't wear them on the floor.
Oh.
Or sometimes. I try not to. Sometimes I forget.
Ultra marathon on there. Alright. 100-mile in 11:19, and then the 12-hour record of 104 miles. Almost 105. There's Zach Bitter.
That dude's a monster.
Yeah. It's people have done.
That's
They've gone
crazy.
from Alaska to Florida. And then a stand-up comedian ran around Britain. He didn't even train. I think he did some, like, he worked out for 6 months and then just went and did it. Like, what? I wish I had that ability.
He ran around Britain.
Yeah, the coast.
How long is that?
You mean? How far?
What is the
around?
circumference
Yeah.
of Britain?
104 miles.
No, of Britain.
Oh, Britain?
Yeah, all of Great Britain.
What am I doing? Area?
Circumference.
Circumference.
Around the coastline. Because he ran around the coastline.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, like
You said he was a stand-up comedian?
yeah.
That seems like a pretty long joke.
11,000 miles?
Of beach, cove, cliff. Yeah. Yeah.
Circumference.
Holy shit.
What do you do it for? Just like a publicity stunt?
No. I'm not too sure. So I don't exactly know who it is either. So. But it's on that podcast. They just talked about it.
That's
So I
crazy.
was like, that's yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So how have you been, Jack?
Yeah, I've been alright. Work's not too bad. So at first, they're supposed to be doing ramp ups with us every week, and it was like the third week before I even did anything with them. So, but I also switched, and then I had some stuff happen with family, so I actually didn't go to work for like a solid week.
Oh dang.
What?
Oh dang.
Yeah. So, but they were really understanding, and they worked with me. They worked with me a lot, actually. So that's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, what's crazy is that Whirlpool and this new job actually did assist me when I actually needed it. So I thought that was kind of cool of them. Even when it was less than a month in or a couple more months in, a new hire, and then, being helped me. But at first she came up and was like, yeah, so you're doing good, but I don't think we're going to hire you because of this if you keep going, so whatever. And the very next day they showed up with my other one and was like, hey, you're actually doing a lot better than most of the people that work here. So I'm like, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? What the fuck? And why did you give me 2 ramp ups day by day when it's supposed to be 1 a week?
That's weird.
Yeah, so it was like. But we talked. My trainer's she lived in something and then moved like out of the country and then moved to Germany and then came here. So
That's
she has
cool.
2 different accents like mixed together, and it doesn't sound. I don't know. It's weird. Like sometimes she'll talk and it'll be like in a Benghazi accent or whatever, and then she'll talk again and she'll just speak German. So it's like, okay.
Pick an accent.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who work there that are actually from out of the country. Like a lot of people at Whirlpool just from Africa. These people are from Africa. I know a couple people from Japan. There's one guy from China that I know. It's really weird how it's people from everywhere.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's a really neat environment. I've never had a workplace that's as laid back. As long as you do your shit, everything's fine.
Yeah. And when you break shit, it's like, oh, all right. I remember they would be pissed because it was down, but they were like, it broke, so just make sure you guys are cleaning up or something. So, all we do is just sit around.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Do you have anything you want to rant about? Anything that's pissing you off? Look, man, I have a thing. I'm going to try and do a thing. And I'm not going to try and bitch too much. Only on Wednesdays.
Only on Wednesdays?
Yeah. Because Wednesdays are hump days. It's always that day to just piss you off, Right?
Alright. I guess I do have a rant.
So.
For the people who don't know, I'm an IT guy. If you call for help and you don't listen to the instructions that you are given, why did you call me for help? It is the most frustrating thing in the world, and every time it happens, I die a little bit more on the inside. I can't take it. It's gonna make me drink heavily. It's not it's not conducive to my health. Please stop.
Oh, it's your password. I didn't look at it. I was just seeing the long line. God damn.
But that's about all I got.
That's it?
Yeah, no, things have been going really good for me lately.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy about it.
It is good. I'm really happy about it too.
Have you been eating well?
No, but that's just because Whirlpool cafeteria food's probably not great for you.
Oh man, Quincy kept saying he had to switch to third, and it was the best thing because he would waste like $300 just eating there because he'd eat there every day. So I was like, oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, I bet. It's expensive and it's not good food
At all.
Like, it's worse than hospital food, and that's really saying something. but it's calories and it's hard work. So
I don't know if I'd call them actual calories.
look, they can be artificial calories, saturated calories. I don't care. I'm starving by about midday there because of how much walking I have to do. So the place is huge. It's like 2 million square feet.
Yeah, they said our factory is super big, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, sure. And then I started walking around it. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty big, but Whirlpool's way bigger than this. So
Yeah.
like walking from one end to the other. Oh man, it took me like a good 10 minutes almost, and just walking from parking lot to where I need to go only takes me like 5. It's a new job, so it's like it's not that bad at all.
Yeah, that's not terrible. It's about the same as Transamerica was after getting through security.
All of security.
They were always super nice, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was great. They'd always wish me a good morning. Nice. Man, today we were driving, and it pissed me off. Where, Perkins on Collins.
Why
We
were
were
you
at
so
that
pissed off?
T intersection, and the lane going from the light was backed up. So I'm turning to go into that lane. So naturally, to not block the way, I'm going to just stay here and let people come by if need, and then once it turns green, it's my turn to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm waiting, and this other car is waiting. Waited for a minute, and then just said, okay, so I'm gonna just pull out and then block the way. I was like, okay, hopefully nobody comes from that way, because then that's gonna be annoying. And then it went green, and then and from the same lane, guy just went. I was like, are you fucking serious, dude?
What an asshole.
Yeah, like just went out of nowhere. I was like, okay. And then, yeah, that
That's
pissed me.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, people around here can't drive.
It's holiday.
That's true.
And it's the holiday. Yeah. People can't drive around the holidays, and just Iowa drivers in general suck. I swear no one here knows how to drive.
Nope. And then another, like, dude just kind of pulled up to the stop sign and then went. I was like, oh, you didn't see that I was turning. Okay, well.
It's ridiculous. You know, in Hawaii, the lanes on the road are much, much more narrow. And the speed limit is about the same as it is here, but people always drive around 100 miles an hour there on the island. So I was like, when I finally got good at driving there, it was awesome. There was almost no accidents. Everyone knew what was going on. Everyone used a blinker. It was beautiful. You'll never see it here.
Nope. Nope. You're not.
Most of the time, people would wave you in if you fucked up in traffic and you needed to cut in line so as not to murder people. They'd wave you in. You just throw them a shaka and everything's cool.
We have to go there. I'm
Why?
pissed that you went. What?
It's like, why?
Because it's beautiful. I don't, like, we can stay at a cheap-ass hotel and everything, but I want to see the beaches, right? They're pretty nice.
My wife and I are going this summer, possibly.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then, I want to hike in the trails and
I'm
up
down
in the
for hiking.
mountains.
We'll do that.
Because it's all forest. And it looks pretty dope. I want
That
to
sounds
climb.
like fun.
How much is it going to cost?
It's expensive.
How much is it going to cost?
Are you gonna fly from Chicago? Because that's where we're flying from.
Okay, so yeah, from Chicago.
Yeah, so that'll save you $500 right there.
Okay.
Still gonna be in the neighborhood of $2,000.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
No.
And that's just for plane tickets.
What?
Yeah. I think the last time we went, tickets were like $1,300. And then after all the expenses for like parking and everything, it was closer to 2,000 than 1,000.
So roughly 2,500 for the whole trip.
So you need to consider the fact that a gallon of milk costs
It's like,
$13 there, and eggs aren't $1, you know. So, I would plan at least 500 for just living expenses.
How long are you going? A week?
Yeah. The last time Tina and I went, it was for a week, and we bought some stuff, like just a few items for breakfast, a few items for lunch, and like 2 things for dinner, right? And on a bottle of vodka. After everything was done, it was $250. So, egos aren't cheap there. And of course, you can't bring them.
Yeah. Holy crap, man. That's crazy. And people just live there.
Yep.
How? Why?
Well, the cost of living is super high there, so the wages increase to compensate.
Yeah.
At least in most things.
I like how a lot of states just don't, like, yeah, it's gone up, but we actually don't have to change that law, even though we can if we want to, so gonna keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. Who do you think controls us?
They.
They?
They.
Yeah, what's your perspective of they? Who is they?
They being, the rich and powerful. And I would honestly say it's probably the people that own the super large corporations like Monsanto's and a few other things.
It's just the 6 richest people.
Yeah.
They made a club.
Yeah, well, they have a club. I forget what it's called, but they meet once a year, and they're like, hey, so this is how we're going to control shit.
It's all private.
Yeah, it is.
It's just them.
I think it's like Bloomberg or something like that. I could be wrong, though.
It's a whole year.
Yeah.
One meeting.
Yeah.
What if something major happens? Like the markets crash?
They are the ones that are pulling those strings. They know what's happening. Oh, and when they fuck up, they get bailed out.
Well, they have to, because they're the ones who gets to choose who gets bailed out. That's probably what they do then. Is, look, we don't want this company, so we're going to crash the stocks, and they're not going to make it, so...
Yep.
Try again. 6 people. For what? Yeah? Oh. I was gonna do that, but I don't have a degree.
Joining the Peace Corps.
The Peace Corps.
Peace Corps.
I don't have a degree, so they won't take me.
You don't have to have a degree.
What?
You don't have to have a degree. Why would you have to have a degree to go to the Peace Corps? You don't have to.
Oh, because probably all the things that I was trying to go for needed to have a degree. I should have just stayed. I don't know why they didn't give me my degree. Or whatever.
Sorry, my wife is texting me.
Fuck your wife.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
Yep.
And she'll be back to stab you in the kidney.
Good. She can come over and hang out. We can watch anime.
She'll smoke with you as you bleed to death.
Yep. You shouldn't have said that. Here's the blunt. Can't roll it, so you gotta roll it and then. The last one didn't taste too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Was that the combo?
Yeah. Let's do that one first. Time. It's a crazy conception.
Yeah, dude. I've been having some pretty bad time dilation lately. Where I'll just like get in the zone. I just got GTA 5, for example. It was $15 on sale. Yeah, I had it for console for a long time, but I bought it for my PC.
Oh, on PC?
Yeah. So I get in the zone, you know, and then I lose like fucking 3 hours. By the time I look up, it's bedtime. And I don't have time to do anything else. I'm just like, shit.
That's why. See, I want to get this new season, but I don't know. It's literally. Did you play Curse of Osiris?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're doing that and bringing Saint 14 back, and it's like you have to go save Saint 14. So they're introducing him into the story again, but as an actual like character that shows up, which is pretty cool. You know, finally glad they're doing that stuff. But you're just you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, which pisses me off. But they're also bringing back Trials, so I kind of want to do Trials. But Halo. So we'll see what happens.
Dude, Halo is gonna be awesome. I haven't bought it yet, but I have the money, so I should probably do that thing. Although I gotta get the wife's approval. And it's not for the purchase. For
The time.
for anybody, exactly. Exactly. It's for the time commitment that I will not be putting that time into our relationship. So,
Yeah.
hey, honey, am I allowed to do this thing?
Hopefully, it's not too bad and it has some competitive aspect to do so we can have fun. Because I've been playing I'm not recently too much, but I am mouse capable right now. So to be able to flick a mouse for snipes, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. When I was in high school, I had an AutoCAD teacher who fucking would host Halo if the class was doing well.
Yeah, that's dope.
He would host Halo 1 on PC, and we would all just spend an hour playing video games. And then we'd go back to learning AutoCAD.
My football coach did that. He was the computer science teacher. So every day he'd have a club, and that's pretty much what they do. Just do shit on the computer. And every Friday was game day.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did game day for a while at my school, but then I decided not to keep going. I was getting too salty about Smash Bros. It was a mental health issue. I was like, I gotta stop.
How late do you stay up on Friday?
Usually pretty late. I don't really give a fuck how much sleep I get Friday night going into Saturday, because I know I can just fuck around on Saturday most of the time.
You guys are on 6 day.
Say what?
You guys aren't on 6 day?
What's 6 day?
On work? 6 days a week?
We work 5 days a week.
Last year on this time we had to do 6 days.
Oh no. They're thinking about maybe making us do it Saturday, but then the shutdown starts on the 13th, and it's running until like the 1st.
Well, shit, dude. Hell yeah. Oh, but you have to work.
Oh yeah, I still have to work, you know. So
Yeah.
although I do have about a week scheduled off for vacation, but I was talking to my dad, and I might go see him for part of that. He offered to fly me out if I could give him a hand with some stuff. So
Hell yeah. That'd be fun.
yeah,
Where'd you? Oh, you grew up here. Tina grew up down there.
yeah.
Somebody, where? New Mexico. Gotcha.
Yep, New Mexico.
Tony's wife came from, what was it? Tucson, Arizona?
Yeah.
My wife came from Arizona.
Yeah.
Yuma.
I fucked a game of Pokemon up so bad that it took almost 100 balls. Well, okay, so yeah. And I was fighting a water type. He was like 5 levels above me. So I said, I'm gonna use an electric because I know I can win this. And I threw him out there, and I used shock, right, or thunder wave. He's whatever, and does damage. It literally is a huge lightning bolt, and it hits you, and yeah. It took a little bit of his HP, and said not very effective.
Gotta run.
I couldn't. It took out half my team.
Oh no. So you're like, shit, where's the damn Poke Center?
Yeah, that's how fucked my game is.
Brutal.
It's so fun.
So you're probably gonna black out.
Nope, haven't yet. Darkrai took out. I had 2 Pokemon that were both asleep. No, I threw out my Staravia, and I got him down, or Staraptor, all the way down to like a smidge of HP.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I can do this. And I looked, and he knocked out my Staravia with Nightmare. And I said, okay, I have a Venusaur with 1 HP left. So don't fuck this up. And I threw the ball, and that was the ball. I was like, alright. It's really scary. But I just took him.
It's a good way to do it.
Oh, maybe. Well, we can be done whenever, so if you feel out of, you don't want to talk. So.
I'm just stoned, man.
The New Year's coming. Do you have an ad read?
An ad read?
Figure one out yet? You forgot.
Can I plug myself?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
an ad read.
I don't know how to do an ad read. And I thought you were going to give me text, but apparently not.
Nope. Oh, for what?
For the ad read.
Nope, it's make up your own.
Oh, well then, sponsored by No Sweat Computer Repair. That'll work.
That's your ad read?
Nah, dude, I'm so good I don't need to advertise. That's my whole secret. Plus, if I get too busy, then I won't have any time for my own projects. You know what I mean? I can't be making time commitments to people if I'm not gonna honor it.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Well, then make it your business or your work day. So.
yeah, see, the thing is, though, you have to build a customer base, and there's still rent to pay while you're building customer base. So, good fucking luck with that.
The hustle's real, dude. You can't. It's no joke.
Look, everybody and their brother is just gonna go to Geek Squad instead. It's a simple fact, you know, but what's sad is I'll literally do it for half the cost because it's not hard and they're ripping you off.
That's, yeah. Oh man. It took them it was so bad that so I bought a TV from Best Buy. I said, "You want protection?" And that was
That's the worst.
that was the first TV I bought.
Yeah.
That was like the first. It was the first line of Samsung's 6, I think, but it was their top model. It was their 4K, all that stuff, which was at the shit at the time. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want protection. If anything goes wrong, it'll be fixed. Let's go." And something happened. Black spots started to appear on the TV, but it was only through like white or light pictured stuff. So I called them
Okay.
up and I was like, "This is some stuff. Fix it." So they're like, "Oh, okay, sure." So they fixed it. I got another one. They said it was a panel or whatever, so I said, "Cool, I got a new TV." They brought it and everything was fine. They pulled it out and that one had pixels out of it. So I was like, "Okay, well, that's fine, whatever." So I fixed it again. And then something else happened. Like they got it and they put it in and it was okay for a week or so, and then something else happened with the panel. And finally like the fourth one, but it was like, man.
So I got a TV from Best Buy for my dad one year for Christmas, and I bought it during the Black Friday sale because that's what everybody should buy their TV, because it's super cheap. But when my dad pulled it out of the box Christmas Day, it was dead.
Oh.
So I called Best Buy. I was like, "Hey, so I'm gonna bring this TV back." And they're like, wait, don't do that. You're beyond your return period.
You just bought it?
Just bought it. Like, pulled it out of the box that day. I bought it on Black Friday. He opened it Christmas Day, and it was dead.
So not the next day.
No, Christmas Day. I bought it for him for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Black Friday?
Yeah.
And you opened it on Christmas.
Yeah.
That's like a month and a half, month-ish.
Listen, I'm still salty about it because it was fucking DOA, all right? And I got it from that store, and it was a Christmas present. So I called him the day after Christmas, and I was like, "Hey, help me fix this because this was a Christmas gift. And you guys are fucking it all the way up." And they were like, "Nope, not gonna help you. Call the manufacturer." Dude came out like 3 or 4 times before I had a working TV of the same model that I purchased. Although it still runs. I have it now.
Good.
It's worth the hassle. But
Yeah.
Still.
Lasts you a while. It's a new decade. It's a new year. It's a new decade.
Yeah, dude.
You got 10 years. What do you want to do?
No fucking idea. That's the problem. Growing up, people kept going, "What are you gonna be?" Like, bitch, I don't know. There's too many possibilities, and I don't really, nobody wants to work. So they say pick something you're passionate about. I disagree. You should pick something you're not passionate about. That way you don't waste a perfectly good hobby on infuriating day-to-day work.
Yeah, well, then what are your hobbies going to be?
Computers.
So you're going to try and do a lot more with that?
Oh, I'm good on that.
So I'm high.
I'm high as fuck over here. No, I think I'm,
Do you guys smoke before work?
no. Well, I
He's like, well.
I definitely don't, because IT is a mental job. If I get high, I miss easy signs, and then I fuck up, right? So, like, dude's computer won't boot. If I'm high, I won't just unscrew the back and pop the battery out and put it back and hit the power button and see if it boots. No, I'll like reset the CMOS on the motherboard, and I'll do a bunch of other unnecessary shit. And it's because I'm dumb and I forgot a step.
Yeah.
So I don't get high before work. I just like the mental clarity. with being sober. And getting high is something you can do after work, hang out, play video games, smoke a little weed. You're not killing anybody, you know, other than in GTA.
Yeah. Whirlpool was the first job I started going high to. Just because it was a third shift. And everybody there was high. Dude
I bet.
literally went out and went high and got high and then came back in and then got fired because of it or fired because of some stupid shit and then like 3 weeks later he was back. Like, oh, okay.
How the hell did he get back?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, so that happened, and then some lady, I guess, was talking shit, and then, like, lied to the people about what she said about him. So then, yeah. They told him they don't care, as long as you do your shit and don't smell like it, walk in, and just, look baked. So.
Well, first shift is a little different. You know, it's all corporate
Yeah.
and everything. But, you know, I just prefer being sober for my job because it's not an assembly job. I could understand wanting to get high, being an assembler.
Yeah.
Like, dear Lord, that's boring.
But going to school and work, I agree. Like an actual job, it should be. Cause I don't want my doctor to be high,
Right.
or my surgeon. I don't want him wake. Well, honestly, I mean,
If it helps, let them do it.
yeah.
But if they recognize that it doesn't help, they shouldn't be.
Which in a profession like that, hopefully you would agree with. Knowing your limit, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like even cops, they don't know their limit and they'll just come in drunk.
I mean, yeah, but look at any profession. People come in drunk all the time.
Yeah.
You know, there's been firings at every job I've worked at for, we found a flask in somebody's desk. Someone reported him for having a flask. He's been here for 23 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just didn't want to pay his pension.
That's so bad. That's why alcohol needs to be more regulated.
See, I just think drug use in general needs to be destigmatized. Like,
Yeah.
people do it. It's a reality, and the war on drugs is working about as good as promoting celibacy for teen pregnancy. It doesn't fucking work at all. You're just...
If you have sex, you're gonna get herpes, and you will die. Come get your rubbers.
Exactly. Like, here, take these SSRIs and shit that you can get at a pharmacy. And, that's totally fine. And you'll just lose all connection with the real world at that point. I've known so many people on those that they're just crazy. Because they've been on them for so long at such high doses. They're just insane. My mom is a prime example.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
she's nuts. I don't want to really get into it here, but
yeah.
it's
Sticky situation.
yeah.
My manager, the one who talked to me, the team lead, whatever the fuck you want to call it. She was saying that how when she finally came here, like her family, it was really crazy because her grandparents never took any pill. They don't do that over there. It was all just herbal and natural stuff. They're both 107, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they come here, and now all of a sudden, her mom and dad are taking pills, and they're like, "This has never been done, so we'll see. We'll see what happens." But she doesn't agree with them. That was really cool to hear that perspective on how medicine works from different countries.
It is really cool. And I really feel like with all of the knowledge that we have of all the different plant life that's around us, You know, like they make morphine from poppy seeds, right? So I feel like any drug or that you want to do that comes out of the earth naturally, you know, not minus the man-made stuff. No one needs to be doing fucking heroin and meth. But
Well, I mean, cocoa. Well, cocaine.
well, yeah, you can't really. There's a process of getting that cocaine, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lengthy process. And
Yeah,
it's
pure cocaine will kill you.
yeah,
So,
yeah, getting the stuff that you can put up your nose reliably and get amped up for a couple hours. It takes a lot to get there, and a lot of work. So I would consider that more of a man-made drug. But if you chew on a coca leaf, like the natives of that area
yeah.
do,
Yeah.
That's cocaine too. But look at them. Everyone just chews it because they're at such a high altitude. They kind of need to.
So I have to get high here.
Yeah. Yeah, it keeps them going because there's less oxygen. So I mean, I know they've adapted over time, but you're gonna need an upper if you can't breathe as good.
Yeah. That's true. Well, I can't breathe at all, so let's get high. What, LSD? That's man-made. And acid.
That's a different beast.
So, what about them?
LSD, I feel, falls into one of those categories where sometimes pharmaceuticals do help, and they could potentially use it for therapy purposes. I know people who have microdosed on it, and their depression is like gone. And they do that 3 or 4 times a week for 3 weeks, and then they stop for 6 months. Their depression is gone, man. Like, and they don't even take enough to get high.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
I microdosed for 11 days.
Yeah.
It was eye-opening.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot with a lot of things I felt stuck with. A lot of things like insecurities within myself.
It's just self-therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I personally believe should be administered in a professional setting. And used to help people. Because that substance truly can help people.
It's really annoying that we don't have that it's like that, because everybody wants to, like you said, I mean, people don't really care anymore, and they use it regardless. So why not have centers and clinics that can, like, I don't know where, you might know, but there's peyote and there's guides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like India for opium and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's where it is. Like, I wish we did have that here, because the people who are doing it.
We do in some states are doing it, like.
So in Arizona, they grow naturally.
In Utah.
Yeah.
In Utah, anywhere with
Oregon, right?
Yeah, in the high desert.
Montana.
Yeah, it needs to just be.
Northern Idaho.
It just needs to be the right conditions, and it'll grow. So pretty much desert environment.
So
It's
here.
happening. It's just.
Slow.
It's just always advisable to do research around all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would never advocate anybody just go grab a handful of the substance and pop it in their mouth to see what happens.
But some drunk bitch at a party is definitely about to do that.
Well, that's
on
some
her.
drunk bitch's problem.
Yeah.
That is not my problem, Jack.
Not my problem.
That is her mind-bending, terrifying experience to deal with. I'm washing my hands of that one.
We need to make centers.
I agree. I think it would help people.
Yeah.
There's been a few studies that have shown clinically that those substances can help people.
Are you talking about sober centers? Is that what we're talking about?
No, the opposite.
Oh.
So, so you want to do these drugs, and you want to.
And you want to have a safe place to do it?
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah,
be
safe
with
They
a
place
guy.
have
do
those
it.
kind of places. You just gotta know the people.
Yeah,
You just gotta
but-
know.
Look, I'm not talking about Burning Man, okay?
No, I'm not either.
But let's face it, if you do want to do those drugs, Burning Man is probably the place to do it.
Yeah.
I've never been myself, but I hear it's amazing.
I mean, when you're on that many drugs, how hard is it not to be?
See, the best part about it is you probably don't even have to take drugs to get high there.
It's in the air. You show up and you're like, whoa! It's great.
There's a lot of crazy art.
Yeah. Trying to feel the sky.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel it. Yeah, Jimmy, that's the wind.
Hey man, I gotta pee.
It's over there.
Alright. Just wasn't sure how you wanted to do the podcast thing.
Oh, go pee. We can also stop whenever you're done. So, I'm going, me and the fam are going to Colorado at some point.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to go with us? And then after that point, or before that point, stay a little bit longer. We'll
Depends
camp.
when we go.
Yeah, we'll go camping.
Yeah.
We can go to, really we can go anywhere. We can go to Moraine Park. We can stay on a mountain. We can go to, we can go to Crested Butte. That gorge down there. So we can go to Aspen, but it'll be like in March. So probably in March or April. Remember
Probably April.
what?
This fuck's been good.
We'll be camping.
Fuck's been good. I'd rather go in April.
When it rains.
Like it don't rain in March. Like it didn't rain at all this March.
In March, actually it snowed, but it was pretty dry. That's what man. You should have went to Colorado with us. We didn't go to Colorado, we went to Michigan instead.
It rained 9 days in Cedar Rapids this March.
Okay, well, we're not going there.
Okay, well, that's... Alright, fine. Okay. Okay.
Estes.
I'm kind of surprised by how little snow we've had this year.
Yeah. What do you got? I wanna go camping. Cause it's been nice and it hasn't been snowing. Camping in
know.
December. wouldn't be
Camping
too
in the
bad.
cold sounds bad.
Well, it's not that bad though. I mean, just have a fire. Listen, you have to. I mean, we can go work all day, if we had the opportunity, we could go work all day and have a good shelter and have a long fire set up, and it would just heat us all night. We'd just have it up. That'd be good.
I think I'm
Friends.
good on that.
Rains at least once a day. In Estes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Where?
In Estes, it rains at least once a day, anywhere between 0.2 inches and 0.5 inches.
When? In March?
So very little might be like a drizzle for a second, you know. But yeah, from anywhere from like February all the way through April. But in March, it's 0.2 to 0.5 inches.
So why
At
don't
least
we,
once a day.
So why don't we just go like?
Which makes sense, because it's always like wet and dreary like in the morning and
Yeah.
then in the afternoon. But like, so it might not be like rain, just like a lot of moisture and participation. Help me out.
Precipitation.
Precipitation. I wanted to say participation. Thank you for participating.
With me. Well, we went and just snowed. We can go the first week of, maybe, we'll see. First week of May. First or second week. It wouldn't be
Now
too
we're
bad.
going in May instead of April.
I don't know.
I can probably only do weekends
It rains more in April.
because
You
I only get so
see-
many days off.
This is March, and then this is April for rain. So,
Oh. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the family's doing, and then we'll plan around that. We also have to see if the money comes out.
Yeah.
How that works. That's still a long way away. 3 months. So,
don't worry about it. Never worry about it.
never are. What are you gonna try and fix? You pretty happy with yourself? Are you gonna try and do something for the decade? Where do you want to see yourself?
I want to be a dad.
In the next 10 years?
Yeah,
Yeah?
for sure. I think that would be super cool.
You think you could, well, what do you feel like you have to do for yourself in order to feel comfortable being a dad?
Run myself out a little bit more as an adult, like taking care of all my chores for the day, making sure that I keep a clean house, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I work hard, but I play a little bit too hard.
I might need you
Why?
because
What? Why?
I'm not. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking to you.
Kinda.
No. I'm pretty sure I looked at Alie.
Oh. So what do you need help with her help for?
I just want to stay out of this. Is it bad?
So my girlfriend, I guess I don't really care. My girlfriend just called me, and she's like the one from work, and she's like, so I got like, you know when somebody sends you a message on Facebook and it shows up like the gray like thing because you're not friends with them.
Yeah.
So she got one of those and she was like, so she opened it and she was like, you better tell your bitch ass friend Brittany she needs to watch her back. And I said, who sent that to you? And she goes, I don't know, some girl named Lydia.
Oh.
Really?
What kind of bitch?
You,
There's the big knife in there. I mean, hypothetically. You can...
Yeah.
and then she's like, you should probably tell her to go get checked.
What?
Well, I
Okay.
have been. And
Now you have syphilis?
why are you
Herpes.
messaging my friend from work?
Hey, Gim, get her off the bed.
No. Keep it on the bed because you should see what your dogs have done to upstairs.
To what?
What?
To what?
My house.
What do you mean?
With those bones.
Let him eat it.
No, I took them away.
Oh.
I took them away because Zula choked on it.
Oh.
She got it too small, and she choked on it.
The bone?
Again, we gotta
Yeah.
go the other way,
The
buddy.
whole bone?
They broke it. She broke it. She got it broken in half.
The
dude.
top knot?
Yeah. And then she started chewing on it and got it small enough that she was able to get it out right away, but.
Oh man. She misses her dad.
Yeah, she does. Can you hear her?
Yeah. It's hour 36.
Hour 36.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's been an hour 36.
Oh shit. We should probably wrap that up, huh?
Yeah. Well, we'll be good. Did you learn anything from this podcast?
I learned I'm bad at podcasts.
Yeah.
You are? Is that what you said?
I don't think anyone's good at them.
Hey man, the more we're on, so.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get better eventually.
Yeah.
Are,
So.
Are we still on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So tell us about this Lydia bitch.
And my syphilis.
So I was doing a raid one time and you came down and you started talking to me about some shit from work, and they said, hey, somebody's talking, and I was like, oh shit, that's me, sorry, I'll mute my mic. And they said, no, that's a good story, hold on. So you said the whole thing and we waited to do a raid until you finished, and they're like, damn, that bitch has problems.
I don't understand why so many people hate me when all I do is sit at home. I literally do nothing but sit at home.
'Cause you, I don't know.
Because I don't cook dinner all the time? Like what? I don't.
Who knows?
I shower on a regular basis.
Do you bite people?
No.
Do you stab people?
I wish. Maybe I wouldn't be so angry.
It's all the meth you do.
Yeah.
It's not meth, it's heroin.
Well, that wouldn't make you angry.
Pretty sure you'd just be on the bed most of the day.
Well, at least you know what heroin does to you, but that makes me question why you know what heroin does to
Who
you.
doesn't know what heroin does to you?
Hey, I've taken care of some people. It's not fun.
Who?
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
that's so sad.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
Are you sad about the heroin or are you sad about
Yeah.
something else? I just look, she's got her lip out, and I'm like, was it the heroin?
Alright, well,
So
That's
does
funny.
anybody have to go get wraps or anything?
no.